Hi there, my name is Customs and today I'm reviewing Warface Breakout, a console first-person shooter game. This video is simply a review. If you would like to see gameplay, there is a link in my description for my previous video or in the top right corner. Let's start by talking about the background of the franchise. Warface Breakout is a tactical shooter spin-off of the original Warface game. It was released in 2013 and 5 years later released for PS4 and Xbox One in 2018. The franchise became more popular, particularly amongst console players, as it was a free-to-play game. I never played the original Warface, but for what I've heard, it was definitely fun and worth a download. But you're probably asking me, what even is Warface Breakout? In short, it's a console version of Counter-Strike Global Elite. It is a Call of Duty Search and Destroy only base game. On May the 26th, 2020, the game was released for PS4 and Xbox One. So the game is just about a month old and is sold at the price of $20 in sterling. That's about £16 and 18 euro. Anyway, enough of the bloody background. Let's talk about the pros and cons of this game. The pros, starting with the most obvious one. It is a CSGO replica. If you're looking for the closest thing to CS on a console, this is the game. Time of the round, amount of rounds, the buying system, it is console strike, I'm telling ya. Secondly, they kept it quite basic. The maps are simple and small like CS and seem to have a fair map design, and they're not complicated like Rainbow Six Siege maps. There is gun and character customization, so if you're Mr. Cash Money Banks, you can splash your money on cosmetic items. But of course, if you're a cheap ass like myself, you don't really want to spend too much money on a game. So there is a loot box system. You can buy these loot boxes obviously, because that's what games do, but in the loot boxes you get a chance of winning cosmetic items and gun skins, character items, avatars and calling cards. The avatars and calling cards are just another way to stand out in the game. Moving on, the game is refreshing because it's not another battle royale that's been released this year. I mean, yeah, sure, you have one life, but the rounds are short and quick and it's a lot more faster paced than some bullshit battle royale where you're just searching for loot half the time. Why am I getting so defensive over this game? Anyway, the soundtrack to this game is pretty funky and I like it. In terms of settings, it is quite limited, but you can change things like your dead zones and all your aiming controls can be adjusted in the advanced settings. On June the 18th, they released Season 1, bringing new content to the game. One of those things that they brought was the competitive ranked mode. So if you love playing a comp game, this might be another one to enjoy.
I'ma tell you again, it's literally like CSGO.
Right, the cons, and boy is there a lot of them. For one, the hit registration on this game is horrendous. Sort it out, mate. You're limited to 5 maps on this game. There should be more. I'm sure they will release more eventually. There is no button customization. You have to use a fixed setting that they give you. The aiming and movement of the game feels clunky at times, and you can't do things like prone or slide. For a game in 2020, the graphics of the game are nothing special. It's very simplistic. There are random micro freezes throughout the game and there's bugs that they just need to be fixed. There is no test area in the game, so you can't test your settings out or your guns. You have to go into a game in order to do that. The game loading screens take far too long. Like, come on, bruv. The sound in the game can be quite buggy at times. You don't know where the audio cues are coming from. But of course, that's just another thing that can be fixed, not a problem. Also, the guns can be a little bit unbalanced. Like, some guns are like pea shooters and the others are fucking goated. But I am going to stop there with the criticism. It is a new game after all, and developers are fixing issues for a better game experience. Now, let's take this time to bow our heads and conclude with a few questions.
Excuse me, Customs, is this game worth the price?
Thank you, member of the audience. It is if you're looking for a new FPS game. And it is enjoyable to play with friends, so yeah, it is, I guess.
I got a question for you, you dodgy looking wanker. Do you play this game a lot?
Thank you, member of the Chelsea Football Club. I don't play this game a great amount, but when I do, it is easy to keep playing it once I'm warmed up. Anyway, last question please.
Hi there, Customs. I'm an 87-year-old man. Would you say this game is quite challenging?
I mean, yes and no. There's a lot of new players, but there are a lot of people that transition from Warface. So the game is at the learning stage so it's not exactly super sweaty, and it is enjoyable at this stage. Anyway, that's all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this review of Warface Breakout. If you liked the video, then please like the video. Subscribe if you want to see more content. Peace out, my dudes.